Bhaskar here with a quick little life hack. So, I very often hear that people have a difficult time making their morning ritual stick. Now, we all know that people who are playing the game of life at the highest level, who are just rocking it in every way, body, mind, and spirit, career, health, relationships, and all those dimensions, they have some kind of a morning ritual. They ritualize their morning. Yet it's difficult to get momentum and make it stick. So here's a hack that might help. I very often meet people one-on-one, being a private consultant. And a little while ago, I met this gentleman, a very refined, well-educated, dignified gentleman who was having stress and insomnia in his life. And I went by to visit him, gave him some tips on yoga and meditation that would benefit him, encouraged him to practice. And he was very inspired and he started to practice. And days turned to weeks and sort of went off the radar. And more recently, he reached out to me and said, Bhaskar, I want to meet you again. I said, yeah, what's up? So he said, when you came, you inspired me, you convinced me, and I felt it's the right thing to do. I totally was committed sincerely. And the truth is, I let a few of them slide, and days turned to weeks, turned to months, and gone. I lost my momentum. I don't know how to make it stick. So, he's an Italian gentleman, and I asked him, tell me, how do you start your morning? And he said, well, I wake up, I brush my teeth, change my clothes, have some breakfast, and I go to work. I said, okay, cool. Now, tell me about this breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? He said, nothing special, just peanut butter, jam, and toast, put them together, make a coffee, and that's it. So I said, okay, tell me about this coffee. Now, being Italian, he just lit up like a little kid and he became all sparkly-eyed and he says, oh, I love my morning coffee. It's so good. I have this special espresso maker from Italy and this special blend. And he went on like this. And I said, well, moving forward, here's the mantra for you. No meditation, no coffee. He went, whoa, what? I said, yeah, that's very simple. If you like your coffee, you meditate. And he looked at me all curious and he said, will that work? I said, sure, it's very simple. Meditation, 10 minutes? You have 24 hours in your day. If you don't have 10 minutes to meditate, you don't have time for coffee. And the last I heard, he's got a strong practice going. And this really helps because initially it's hard. When you're starting something, when you're going from inertia to momentum, that's always going to be difficult. So it's like a plant that's trying to grow from the earth. Initially, it's very vulnerable. And it requires a fence to protect it, a fence of discipline and like a dedicated practice. Discipline comes from the word disciple, to be a disciple to the practice. Now, in the beginning, these kind of leverages help. So when you piggyback it onto something that you really like, it may not be coffee for you, maybe it's tea. If you want to go more extreme, no meditation, no breakfast, or no meditation, no brushing your teeth. But just piggyback on something that you really depend upon, need, or really enjoy in the morning, and then you'll find it just carries the practice, and eventually you don't need that leverage anymore. It'll be as obvious as brushing your teeth. So I hope this little hack helps you, piggybacking your morning ritual onto something you really love, and then it has a momentum of its own. And I wish you an awesome morning practice. Much love.